This is my Xtreme One Chunk Iron Man, which means I have to complete everything possible in a chunk before randomly rolling a new one. This includes every skill cape, every collection log slot, and every boss. Meaning even regular chunks can take hundreds of hours to complete. But now it's time to roll a new chunk, and there's a very high chance it will be a death chunk, which can take thousands of hours instead. Let's see where this chunk takes me. It's such a beautiful day outside, knowing I can relax for just a moment. Beautiful grass between my toes. Not that most of you would know what that feels like, but after spending hundreds of hours completing one of the worst grinds in RuneScape, I'm enjoying a little breather, even if it may not last very long. You see, I have to roll a new chunk soon, and I have 4 possible chunks that I could roll next. If you've seen my stuff before, then you know this girl can grind. I just spent 700 hours mining stars, but death chunks can force me into doing things far more time consuming, so I guess I should get this done. No, I knew it. Yanil it is. I've been dreading this roll for ages, and it's finally happened. Let's officially unlock the chunk, and with that, take our very first steps into what's going to be my home for quite a while. Where to even begin? Yanil is the pure definition of a death chunk. A chunk that not only contains a large number of tasks, but tasks that will take a significant amount of hours reaching into the thousands. I will go into detail on these specific tasks a bit later. First, let's get exploring. I have a bank now. No more having to run all the way back to the cove every time I need to bank something. That is honestly a huge bonus I didn't even consider. But enough about the bank. I have a plan. The first task on the list is to grow some wildwood hops. I already have the 28 farming requirement thanks to some carefully planned lamping. And I was lucky enough to get some hop seeds from the Ogress grind. So I just need to keep my fingers crossed that they don't die. Gardeners found next to the patches do offer protection from disease for a small fee, specific to the crop. Unfortunately, wildwood hops require Nasterium for protection, which I don't have in my chunks. So I will have to keep these alive myself. First I need some farming tools, which Selena should have in her shop for me. I'll buy one of everything I might need. Let's get to work. First I rake the weeds. I don't know why that sound is so satisfying. Pop the seeds into the patch, and the waiting game begins. Wildwood hops take around 80 minutes to grow, 8 cycles of 10 minutes each. I should water them for good measure. Hydration is important. And now let's explore. I haven't been in this house yet. There might be something useful inside.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Sorry, is this your house?
No, not technically, but I have spent a lot of time here, so it does feel like home.
Oh, okay then. I guess I can come in and look around.
So, you new around here?
Yes, I was just taking a look around. I think I'm going to be around these parts for a while. Do you know this place well?
Yeah, you could say that. I could give you some advice if you'd like.
Oh, please, that would be great.
Okay, let's see. Well, I mean, there's these 2 guys in here. They're pretty chill, spend a lot of time together, hanging out, killing each other. I will say back in the day, I did rob them for literally every penny they're worth, but I hear they've been saving up again, so you'll probably become just as familiar.
Oh, well, I will keep that in mind, thank you.
Oh, have you been inside the dungeon over there?
No, not yet.
Okay, so just word of warning, gonna wanna be careful, especially for, a hardcore like you. In fact, maybe just don't even bother going in there. I mean, unless you plan on going inside the Magic Guild, of course.
Wait, what? Yes, I have to go inside the Magic Guild.
Oh, okay, well, in that case, you'll definitely need to go down there. My condolences.
I'm starting to think I'm going to be in for a hard few weeks in this place.
Yeah, I'm not sure weeks is, really the ballpark we're talking about here. I mean, months, maybe? Years, perhaps? Anyway, you better get to it. I'm gonna head out. Got a lot of grinding to do myself. See you around here, probably, I assume, forever.
Okay, well, thank you for the information, I think. Wow, that was crazy. You know what else is crazy? 59% of you are not subscribed, and I work really hard on these videos, so if you could hit that subscribe button, I would be super thankful. Now on with the video. Perfect timing. A quick harvest, and just like that, the first task in the new chunk is completed. Now, that wasn't so difficult, but that is nothing compared to the other tasks I need to do. Let's take a look. These are all the tasks I have to complete because I rolled this chunk. The most insane of these tasks, skill capes, meaning I need to get not only 99 magic, but also 99 hunter. The magic cape is found in our new Yanil chunk, but the hunter cape, I actually already had the hunter cape in this chunk, all the way back in the Feldip Hills. However, I've never been able to obtain any hunter equipment, which made training the skill impossible. But now that I have access to Yanil, the home of Alex Hunter Emporium, I don't really have any excuses. I just rolled one big grind to an even bigger grind, or rather, grinds, I should say. So let's try starting with something a little more relaxing. Speaking of relaxing, have you heard of OSRSBeatz? You can help support me while you relive your childhood making some incredible old school Runescape designs. They are made with official LEGO pieces from a UK based company and even ship internationally. If you use my code Impling, you can get 5% off and really help support me as well. Now you can spend time relaxing and building real life models to help get through those boring AFK grinds. I know I will. Code Impling at checkout for 5% off. You know, this 65 fletching task seems chill enough, which means I need to do some wood cutting. I haven't done much wood cutting so far, so I only have a bronze axe in the bank. However, now that I have been blessed with an anvil in my chunks, I can finally upgrade to a steel axe. Looking on the wiki, a steel axe has an over 10% better success rate compared to bronze, which is going to make this task that little bit faster. Oh, it requires 31 smithing and I'm currently 30. That's actually not so bad, because I also have a chunk task that requires 49 smithing, and I've got a few bars in the bank I superheated earlier, so quickly getting one smithing level kills 2 birds with 1 stone. There it is, 31 smithing. Now I can make my steel axe. A nice little upgrade obtained. Time to test it out. The best trees in my chunks are still these willow trees, which means until 65 fletching, I can only fletch willow shortbows, willow longbows, or willow shields. And at 41.5 XP per longbow, which gives the most experience per log, I need to make 9,251 for the level. That is a lot of logs. Thank goodness for the time saved with the steel axe upgrade. Time to chop, fletch, and repeat. A couple hours of fletching later, and that is 52. I'm going to call it there for now. This is going to be one of the more chill AFK tasks I can carry on in my downtime, so I think I'm ready to dive into one of the much bigger grinds. Thanks to this man right here, this chunk holds one of the longest grinds I'll have faced so far, 99 Hunter. I still need the full 30 million experience, and the hunter training methods I have available in my chunks aren't exactly ideal. Let's talk about those for a second. Across my available chunks, there are 7 total hunter methods. All of these methods use items from the newly unlocked Hunter Emporium in Yanil, except for one, Red Chin Chompers. They give the best experience. The problem is, Red Chins use box traps, and due to the high amount of bots in game,
Hello there.
box traps now require the Eagle's Peaks quest to use, which is all the way over here. So that leaves me to pick the best of a pretty bad bunch. There is one other hunter method that you may have noticed I decided not to include on the list. Implings. This is because I've decided not to include Puro Puro on this account. At level 17 hunter, I would be able to enter Puro Puro via the magical crop circle in my new chunk, and gain access to an entirely new range of resources. This may sound like a big win for the account, but the sudden influx of resources would be quite detrimental. Let me explain. Let's take the Runite bar for an example. This would require me to smith the best item possible. That is 99 smithing, which isn't the issue. However, if I break that down, I'd have to smith 123,000 adamant bars using the ore from eclectic implings, which also means I'd need 738,000 coal from young implings. Adding those numbers up using their drop rates, I would need to catch 1.2 million eclectics and 7.4 million young implings for the supplies for 99 smithing. Now guys, I am autistic and I do love implings, but even I'm not that autistic. That is 100% a meme grind. And it isn't even the only one, otherwise I would have just sidelined that singular task. Therefore, rather than making a bunch of exceptions, which I don't want to do, it's best to just forget about Puro Puro and continue with the long list of tasks I still have to do. So let's continue. Out of the list of my hunter methods, there is only one that can be done at level 1 hunter, the humble Crimson Swifts. So that is where the hunter grind must begin. Crimson Swifts can be found on the eastern shore of the Feldip Hills, giving a measly 34 XP per catch. And at level 1 their catch rate is, let's say, unreliable. And to make things worse, I can only place one bird snare at a time. It's going to be quite the slow and painful start. First, I need to visit Alex's shop and pick up some traps. Oh, that was actually a chunk task. Completing tasks left and right. I can only use one snare at a time, but I think I'll buy 5 just in case I accidentally lose one during this exhilarating bird content. I can't teleport to Yanil yet. I still have to run all the way up here. Here they are. I have absolutely no idea where is best to place a trap, so I'm going to place it here and wait and see how long this takes. Well, that was rude. Try again, this could take a while. Again, come on, 3rd time's the charm. Hey, the first bit of hunter experience. That only took 7 minutes. And I get some red feathers and some bird meat. Might as well hang on to those for now. Let's get some levels. 2 hunter coming in after 15 long minutes. I don't think any other skill is this painfully slow early levels. 3 hunter next. I can now track common kebits, which are not in my chunks, so I carry on. After an hour of repeatedly being mocked by these birds, that is 7 hunter, which unlocks Feldip Weasels. A new method I can test out. Get me away from these god-forsaken birds. And let's give these weasels a go. These were 1.5k XP per hour, so I beg the weasels are an improvement. Feldip weasels use a completely different hunter method called tracking. You search their burrow, follow their tracks, and catch them with a noose wand. Pretty simple really. Where are these little weasels? I need your experience. I don't think I've ever done this method in all the years I've played this game. It's so low level, yet I still have no idea what I'm doing. I don't seem to be finding anything. It shouldn't be that difficult. Hey, I finally found more tracks. I need to learn what I can search, but I think I have found one. Give me my experience. I really need to get faster at this if I'm going to be getting better XP rates. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this might be worse than birds. I have to keep opening the chat box to see when I found the weasel, which is pretty annoying. Never mind, I'm a genius. There is a plugin called Watchdog which allows me to set up certain sound effects for actions in the game. So I've set it up to play a sound whenever the message, "It looks like there might be something hiding in this bush," appears in my chat box. So now, instead of staring at the chat box, I just listen for the sound and catch the weasel. This is so much nicer. Shout out to the Watchdog plugin. I just did some research. Apparently this raw beast meat is actually pretty good. It gives 82.5 XP and heals 8 hit points. That's the best food I've had access to so far, so I'll be banking those. It's these small discoveries that keep me motivated through these grinds. That motivation kept me going all the way to 19 hunter, which unlocks my next training method, tropical wagtails. Yay, more birds. Unfortunately, they use the same method as Crimson Swifts, and you saw how much fun they were, so I'm not doing that. There is 20 hunter, which means I can now set up 2 traps at once. Weasels don't use traps, but that has just given me an idea. Can I hunt weasels and trap birds all at the same time? Right, place down my 2 snares and let's see if I can track as well. Oh my god, I can! This is beautiful. I just need to keep an eye on my snares at the same time. This is basically double XP. I already caught a bird. 95 extra experience just for multitasking. This is going surprisingly well. I'm getting 5.2k XP per hour. Nothing crazy, but decent for these early levels. It's pretty click intensive, but I'll do what I can to speed things up. The levels are really coming in now. That is 31 hunter, and unlocks the new training method, Spine Larupia. And they come with a brand new training method, Pitfall Trapping. You carve some spikes using a knife and a log, jab a teasing stick into its butt to get its attention, and lure it into a pit using some elite trickery. Don't mind me, just going to poke you. God, these damage me. Quick, build a pit. Jump over. You. I'm safe. No, not you jump over. I jump over, you fall in. And now nothing is happening. Let's try this trap instead. I jump over it, you fall into it. Deal? No. I guess that wasn't a deal. One more time. Yes. Yes. You stupid Larupia. 180 XP. And the reason I did this, an achievement diary task completed. As you can see, this method is awful. In 2 more levels, I unlock a new method that I think will be much better. Barb-tailed Kebbits. Similar to the Larupia, I have to use a knife and logs, but this time, I crush the Kebbits with a giant rock. Brutal, but I think it's going to be my best method so far. I'll start off getting 6 logs, enough for 3 sets of traps, and see what the XP rates are like. There's quite a bit of running for logs, but hopefully the trees respawn pretty fast, and I don't run out of run energy. Oh, never mind. You can only have 1 Deadpool trap at a time. That's going to make the XP rates a little bit worse. Oh well, I just got my first Kebbit for 168 XP. Hang on, what the hell is a barb-tailed harpoon? Oh, it's a wieldable harpoon. I have literally never heard of this item before. Bit of a random thing to get from hunting a Kebbit, but I'll take it. I'm pulling around 25k XP per hour, easily in my best rate so far. These harpoons are really annoying though. I'm getting one every catch and have to drop it. I'm 36 hunter at the moment and I'm actually really enjoying this method. This spot next to the tree is perfect, as I'm just chopping it each time it respawns and I use no run energy whatsoever. Hey, 40 hunter. That unlocks my 3rd trap. 5 more levels to go and I can unlock the final hunter method in my chunks. And just like that, 5 more hunter levels are done. It looks fast on screen, but in reality this is so slow. The XP rates are around 15k XP per hour. If this ends up being my best method, then god, it's going to be a very long grind to 99. But there is hope, because I still have one last training method to try out. Black Warlocks. These can be found fluttering amongst the trees and require a butterfly net and a jar to catch. I have my net, an inventory full of jars, and the hope of better XP rates. Let's chase some butterflies. Can you see the problem that's beginning to emerge here? Run energy. It's becoming clear that I'm not going to get through these hunter grinds without getting some better agility levels first. I do need 67 agility for this chunk as well, so maybe it's time to reorder how I'm doing things. Normally, agility is a skill trained by either running rooftop courses or inside a minigame, but as a chunk account, these are not options for me. So how else can I get agility experience in my chunks? Agility shortcuts. These are normally used to save time maneuvering around the game, but these shortcuts also give a small amount of experience, and if it gives experience, it's a training method. There are 3 shortcuts in Yanil which may be the answer to the agility experience I need. First, there are these mysterious rocks. I call them mysterious rocks as these rocks appear neither on the minimap or on the wiki. They are literally a mystery. So how much XP do they give? 25 XP. Okay, that's not bad. I could go back and forth and, oh, it's a one-way shortcut. That's not ideal. Well then, how about the second option? This tunnel. This definitely goes both ways at least. Wait, that gave me no experience. What? I thought all shortcuts gave experience. Well, that's upsetting. Well, now I really hope this third shortcut is good. Hidden on the side of the watchtower is this trellis. It's so hidden, it also does not appear on the minimap. Please give me decent experience. Ooh, 31 XP, that's actually really good. I do have to do the full run back to the bottom, but that's actually not too bad. I think I found my method. I feel like it's a good time to look over the new run energy chart. I'm currently only 28 agility, which means it takes 5 minutes 52 seconds for full run energy regeneration. Every 10 levels this time goes down, so if I can push to 50 agility, I can get my regeneration time down to 5 minutes flat. That's a solid improvement, which will definitely help with my hunter levels. I'm even running out of run energy while doing this method, but the XP per hour seems to be floating around 9k. That means I'm looking at roughly 10 hours for 50 agility. I can do that. The first milestone coming in, 30 agility. It's small, but on this type of account, every little matters. And fast forward many hours later, 40 agility for the next milestone. While running in circles, I kind of noticed something. This dungeon right here. I had completely forgotten about this place entirely. It is literally called the Yanil Agility Dungeon. Inside is not exactly agility course, but more like a path with agility obstacles that bring you deeper into the dungeon. Regardless, this gives me new training options. First up, the balance ledge, which conveniently requires 40 agility and gives 22.5 XP per pass. That is a slight XP decrease from the trellis, but potentially faster XP per hour. But that's not the only new option I've been given. Further into the dungeon, there are these monkey bars, requiring 57 agility and give 20 XP each. As good as these methods may be, there is just one major problem. Failing any of these shortcuts drop me straight into a pit filled with level 64 poisonous spiders, and the fall alone hits for 15 damage. Oh, and that small problem that I don't have access to anti-poison potions. But I have a plan. Strange fruits. Yes, those odd little purple berries you get from the Strange Plant Random event. They are actually incredible for accounts like this. They restore 30% run energy and cure poison when consumed. Normally ignored or buried in people's banks forever, but they might just save this grind. I have 28 strange fruits sitting in my bank from way back at the start of this account, and honestly, this feels like the perfect use for them. This could be the difference between keeping my hardcore status and having everyone know I died to a spider. Let's go and head down for the first time. I've brought a knife to slash through the web, 10 fruits for the poison, and some food just in case the spiders go hard on me. I'm pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but as long as I stay focused, I should be okay. Now, from what I have read, the success rate on this ledge isn't too bad, but we shall see about that. Hopefully I don't fall too often, and this is decent XP per hour. Only 10 seconds in, and into the spiders I go. 15 straight into a 2. Wow, that hurts. Eat the fruit. Eat it. Oh my god, I've lagged out. Okay, we're good, we're good. I didn't like that one bit. This is not the time for lagging. That was way too stressful. Yeah, okay, note to self, the anti to food ratio is a bit off. I'm falling a lot more than I expected, and right now the food is a bigger concern. The XP so far, honestly not too great either. I'm 7 fruits down, and I've barely gained any XP. I think I need to get some more levels before I do this. I'm limited on my supplies, and it feels like I'm wasting them at the moment. So back to the trellis until I decrease my fail rate. That's a nice little 1000 laps on the watchtower done this evening. I'm coming up on 44 agility, which bumps my success rate on the ledge up to 75%. So with that, I'm going to give it another go. Before diving back in, I'm cooking up some meat I collected during the start of the hunt grind. I need this better healing food to extend my agility trips. The cooked rabbit only heals 5 HP, but the kebabs can heal up to 12 hit points per piece. And they've got this weird mechanic too. They restore 7 HP instantly, and then another 5 HP after 4 seconds. Very strange, but incredibly useful, and with a 100% success rate when cooking up my level, it is the perfect food for this. Alright, I just fell again. Time to test this food out. Eat one, and that is 7 HP back straight away. Cross the ledge, and there is the extra 5 HP. That is actually really cool. I also feel like I'm now failing less overall. So between the improved food, a better success rate, this method might finally be worth sticking with. Time to see what kind of XP I can get. It looks like I'm getting around 10k XP per hour, which is a massive upgrade from the 6k I was getting at the trellis. If all goes well, maybe the 21 fruits I have left will get me all the way to 50. Yeah, not gonna happen. I'm not even 45 yet, and I'm already down to 15 fruits. So now I'm trying to out-eat the poison instead, which is very stressful and requires so much focus. But I've got way more food than anti-poisons, so I might be able to squeeze out the last few levels. Well, now I'm almost out of food. So yeah, back to the good old trellis it is to finish the last XP. I ended up saving 7 strange fruits just in case I get poisoned somehow again. And I can finally say it, after a lot of back and forth, level 50 agility. That gives me the next boost to my run energy regeneration, which will make the hunt grind that bit smoother. I think think this is a good place to wrap up the episode. I've gained a ton of levels this episode, especially starting off the 99 Hunter journey, and checked off a couple of tasks from the long list I unlocked with this chunk. Next episode, I'm aiming to smash out the first 99 on the account, so make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on what comes next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I would like to say a big thank you to those who joined my YouTube membership. Molo to Implings, Crispy Tater and my newest Hi to Impling, Moodegg Man, and a special thank you to Davey for being a rare to Impling. I really appreciate the additional support. If you'd like to join my channel, the button can be found below the video next to the subscription button. Thank you again.